Have you ever sat in silence and wondered why the world doesn't notice your worth? Why no matter how much you give, it feels like you're being taken for granted? It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's the cold, unapologetic truth. Most men are overlooked because they've been conditioned to seek approval instead of embodying undeniable value. You're not like most men, though, are you? You're here because you're ready to stop begging for attention and start commanding respect. This isn't about playing games or manipulating anyone. It's about unlocking your raw magnetic power. If you want to know how to make any woman value you without uttering a single word, you're in the right place. Stay with me till the end, because every second of this will change the way you live. Most men never hear the truth about relationships. Society tells you to be nice, to chase her, to do everything in your power to keep her happy. But where has that gotten you? Be honest. If you're here, it's because you've had enough. You've realized that bending over backward doesn't make her love you more. It makes her respect you less. It hurts, doesn't it? Watching her value everyone else while you wait in the shadows. But the problem isn't her, it's you. And I don't mean that in a cruel way. I mean it's time to own your power, take control, and rewrite the rules. Today, we're diving into 10 silent actions that will make any woman respect and value you in ways she's never valued anyone else. Don't just listen. Apply this, and you'll never look back. If you're ready to watch this video till the end, comment, "I'm Riyadi" below, and let's get started. Number 1. Never chase, always attract. Everywhere you look, men are chasing women. They're flooding her DMs, bending over backward to prove their worth, and exhausting themselves trying to keep her interested. Do you think she respects that? She doesn't. When you're always chasing, you're telling her that she's the prize, and you're just another contestant. Stop for a moment and let that sink in. When you chase, you diminish your power. You tell her and yourself that you're not good enough as you are, that you need her validation to feel complete. And guess what? She senses that desperation. Women are incredibly intuitive. They can smell insecurity a mile away, and they lose respect the moment they see it. Chasing makes you predictable, and predictability kills attraction. You've probably heard this before. If I don't chase her, I'll lose her. But here's the truth you need to hear. If a woman is genuinely interested in you, you don't need to chase her. If she's not, no amount of chasing will ever make her want you. The very act of chasing tells her that you don't value yourself. So stop chasing and start attracting. How do you attract? You focus on you. You build yourself into a man so confident, so magnetic, that women naturally gravitate toward you. Work on your body. Get in the gym. When you walk into a room with broad shoulders, a strong chest, and a commanding presence, you don't need words to tell her who you are. She feels it. Work on your mind. Read books, take risks, and expand your world. A man who's growing is impossible to ignore. Work on your purpose. When a man is laser-focused on his goals, everything else becomes secondary, including women. Ironically, that's what makes you irresistible. When she sees that your life doesn't revolve around her, she'll want to be part of it. Remember this: the man who doesn't chase is the man she'll chase. Women value what they have to work for, just like you do. The less available you are, the more valuable you become. When you chase, you tell her she's your whole world. When you don't, you tell her you're the kind of man she's lucky to have in her world. Which one do you think she respects? Now let's talk about the fear. The fear of losing her. It's powerful, isn't it? But let me tell you something. It's not real. Fear is a story you're telling yourself. A woman doesn't leave because you stopped chasing her. She leaves because she never respected you in the first place. The only way to truly keep a woman is to make her respect you, and respect is built through strength, confidence, and self-worth. You don't get those by chasing. You get them by standing still, firm in who you are, and letting her come to you. So, from this moment on, stop texting her 5 times a day. Stop rearranging your life to fit hers. Stop showing up every time she calls just because you're afraid she'll find someone else if you don't. If she does, let her. A woman who can't see your worth isn't worth your time, your silence, your distance, your ability to walk away. That's your power. Use it. Number 2, command respect with boundaries. Most men don't understand boundaries. They think being agreeable, always saying yes, and going along with whatever she wants will make her happy. But ask yourself this: does she look happy? No, because deep down, she doesn't respect you. And she can't respect a man who doesn't respect himself. Boundaries are how you demand respect without saying a word. When you set boundaries, you're saying, "This is who I am. This is what I stand for, and I will not compromise." Women don't just respect that, they crave it. Let me ask you something. How many times have you let her get away with things that bothered you? Maybe she was late to a date and you shrugged it off. Maybe she disrespected you in front of her friends and you stayed silent. Maybe she cancelled plans last minute and you acted like it was no big deal. But it was a big deal, wasn't it? It ate at you. You felt small, weak, invisible, and yet you said nothing. Why? Because you were afraid to upset her, afraid to lose her. But let me tell you something. Every time you let her cross a line, you teach her that you have no lines. You teach her that you're not a man she needs to respect. That stops today. From now on, you set boundaries and you enforce them. If she's late, you let her know it's unacceptable. If she cancels plans last minute, you tell her your time is valuable and you won't tolerate disrespect. If she belittles you, you walk away. Not angrily, not emotionally, but firmly and with conviction. Women test men all the time. They push boundaries not because they're mean, but because they want to see if you'll hold your ground. When you fail the test, you lose their respect. When you pass it, you gain it tenfold. Boundaries aren't about controlling her, they're about controlling yourself. They're about deciding what you will and won't tolerate and sticking to it. A man with boundaries is a man with self-respect. And women respect men who respect themselves. But what about the fear? The fear that setting boundaries will push her away? It's real, isn't it? But let me ask you this. Do you want a woman who respects you? Or do you want a woman who walks all over you? Because you can't have both. A woman who truly values you will respect your boundaries. She may push back at first. She may test you to see if you mean what you say. But if you stand firm, she'll admire you for it. And if she doesn't, if she leaves because you dared to demand respect, then she wasn't the right woman for you anyway. Here's the secret most men don't know. Women don't want a doormat. They don't want a man who agrees with everything they say and does everything they want. They want a man who can stand up to them, challenge them, and hold his ground. That's what excites them. That's what keeps them coming back. The next time she crosses a line, don't stay silent. Don't let it slide. Speak up. Tell her calmly, clearly, and unapologetically where your boundaries lie. And if she doesn't respect them, walk away. Because a woman who doesn't respect your boundaries doesn't respect you. And without respect, there can be no real relationship. Boundaries aren't just about relationships, they're about life. The man who sets boundaries at work, with his friends, and in his personal life is the man who commands respect wherever he goes. He's the man who doesn't just attract women, he attracts success, admiration, and power. And that's the kind of man you're here to become. Remember this, you don't need to be loved by everyone. You don't need to be liked by every woman you meet. But you do need to be respected. And respect starts with you. Set your boundaries, enforce them, and watch how the world and women respond. Number 3. Master the power of silence. Most men talk too much. They don't know when to stop, when to let the silence do the work. They think they need to explain themselves, to justify their actions, to fill every gap in the conversation because they're afraid of what silence might say. But silence speaks louder than any words you could ever utter. And the truth is, when it comes to women, silence can be your most powerful weapon. Let me ask you something. How often do you find yourself over-explaining? Maybe she asked you why you didn't text back right away, and you launched into a long-winded explanation about how you were busy, or your phone died, or you didn't see the message. Do you think she respects that? She doesn't. Over-explaining is just another form of insecurity, and women can see right through it. The more you talk, the more you reveal. And the more you reveal, the less mystery you have. Women love mystery. They are naturally drawn to what they don't fully understand. When you explain everything, when you leave nothing to the imagination, you kill the intrigue. But when you're silent, when you let her wonder, you become someone she can't stop thinking about. She starts asking herself questions. What's he thinking? Why isn't he saying more? Why doesn't he feel the need to explain himself? That curiosity drives her crazy, and it makes you unforgettable. Think about it. When a man walks into a room, sits down and says nothing, who gets more attention? The guy talking non-stop, or the guy sitting quietly, observing, exuding calm confidence? It's always the quiet man. Silence is powerful because it shows you're comfortable with yourself. It shows you don't need to perform or prove anything. And that's the kind of confidence women can't resist. Silence isn't just about mystery, it's also about control. The man who can control his tongue, who can stay silent in moments of tension or conflict, is the man who controls the room. How many times have you gotten into an argument with a woman and felt the need to win? You raised your voice, tried to out-talk her, tried to prove you were right. Did it work? Or did it just make things worse? When you argue, when you lose control, you lose respect. But when you stay silent, when you let her words bounce off you without reacting, you show her that you're unshakable. Women don't respect men who lose their temper. They respect men who stay calm, who don't let anyone push their buttons. The next time you're in a heated conversation, try this. Say nothing. Look her in the eye, listen calmly, and let her words run their course. Eventually, she'll stop. And in that silence, she'll realize she's not dealing with just any man. She's dealing with a man who knows his worth. Silence can also be a way to command respect without saying a word. Imagine you're on a date. She's talking about her day, and instead of interrupting or chiming in with your own stories, you just listen. You give her your full attention, but you don't feel the need to dominate the conversation. You let her speak, let her reveal herself, while you remain an enigma. She'll notice. She'll feel your presence in a way she's never felt before, and she'll respect you for it. But silence isn't just about how you interact with women, it's about how you interact with yourself. When was the last time you sat in silence and really listened to your own thoughts? Most men are terrified of silence because it forces them to face themselves. They drown it out with noise, music, TV, endless scrolling on their phones. But silence is where you find clarity. It's where you find strength. When you learn to sit in silence, to be comfortable with your own company, you become the kind of man who doesn't need validation from anyone. And that's the kind of man women can't ignore. Number 4. Exude calm in chaos. Life is chaotic. Relationships are chaotic, and most men crumble under that chaos. They let their emotions get the better of them. They react without thinking, and they lose control. But not you. You're different. You're the man who stays calm no matter what. You're the man who exudes strength and stability when everyone else is falling apart. And that calmness is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. Women are emotional creatures. They feel everything deeply, and they often look to the men in their lives for stability. When she's upset, when she's stressed, when her world feels like it's spinning out of control, she doesn't need you to freak out with her. She needs you to be her anchor. She needs to look at you and see someone who's unshaken, someone who can handle anything. That's what makes her feel safe. That's what makes her value you. But staying calm isn't just about her, it's about you. When you let your emotions control you, you make bad decisions. You say things you don't mean, you act impulsively, and you lose respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Calmness is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. The next time you're in a stressful situation, stop and take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you're in control. Your emotions don't control you, you control them. This applies to arguments as well. How many times have you gotten into a fight with a woman and let it escalate? You raised your voice, you said things out of anger, and afterward you felt like a fool. Arguments are a test. Women want to see how you handle conflict. Will you lose your temper, or will you stay calm and composed? The man who stays calm wins every time. He doesn't need to yell to make his point. His presence, his composure, speaks for him. Calmness is also about how you handle challenges. Life will throw curveballs at you. You'll face setbacks, failures, and disappointments. But the way you respond to those challenges defines you. Women are watching, even when you think they're not. They notice how you handle pressure, how you deal with adversity. The man who faces challenges with calm determination, who doesn't let setbacks break him, is the man they admire. Think about this. When a woman looks at you, she's not just seeing who you are today. She's imagining what it would be like to build a life with you. Can she count on you to be strong when times get tough? Can she trust you to keep your cool when the world feels like it's falling apart? If the answer is yes, she'll value you more than you can imagine. Calmness isn't just a trait, it's a mindset. It's the belief that no matter what happens, you can handle it. It's the understanding that you don't need to react to everything, that sometimes the best response is no response at all. It's the confidence that comes from knowing your worth, from knowing that you're in control of your life. From this day forward, make a commitment to yourself. Commit to staying calm in the face of chaos. Commit to being the man who doesn't lose his cool, who doesn't let emotions dictate his actions. Because the man who can master calmness can master anything, and that's the kind of man women can't help but respect and admire. Number 5. Own your space. When a man walks into a room, his presence either dominates or fades. There's no in-between. Women notice how you carry yourself. It's not about looks or money. Your presence alone speaks volumes. Most men shrink into the background, unsure of themselves, afraid of taking up space. But not you. You're not here to blend in. You're here to own your space, to command the room with quiet confidence. The way you stand, the way you walk, the way you hold your head, it all tells a story about who you are. Do you slouch? Do you avoid eye contact? Do you hesitate in your movements? Every one of those actions screams insecurity, and women can sense it immediately. But when you stand tall, shoulders back, head held high, and you move with purpose, you send a very different message. You tell the world, and every woman in it, that you're a man who knows his worth. Think about this. Women are naturally drawn to strength. They're biologically wired to seek out men who can protect, provide, and lead. And strength isn't just physical, it's how you carry yourself, how you project yourself into the world. When you own your space, you radiate strength, and that strength is magnetic. Owning your space isn't just about posture or body language, it's about mindset. It's about knowing you deserve to be there, wherever there is. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning whether you belong. You belong because you've earned your place. And if anyone doubts that, it's their problem, not yours. When you walk into a room, don't hesitate. Don't linger at the edges, hoping someone will notice you. Walk straight in, find a spot, and claim it. Make eye contact with the people around you, not in an aggressive way, but with calm confidence. Let your presence be felt before you even say a word. Women notice this. They notice the man who isn't trying too hard, who isn't fidgeting or seeking approval. They notice the man who's comfortable in his own skin, who doesn't need anyone else to validate his worth. Your space is yours. Whether it's at work, in a social setting, or even at home, you have the right to take up space, to assert yourself, to be seen. Don't let anyone, especially a woman, make you feel small. Respect yourself enough to demand respect from others, and that respect starts with how you carry yourself. Number 6. Prioritize purpose over pursuit. Women are not the purpose of your life. Let that sink in. Most men spend their lives chasing women, thinking that's the ultimate goal. But here's the truth. The men who chase women never get them. The men who chase their purpose, their passion, their goals, those are the men women chase. When you prioritize women over your purpose, you're telling them, you're more important than my dreams, you're more important than my mission. And while that might sound romantic, it's actually a huge turn-off. Women don't want to be the center of your universe. They want to be part of it. They want to support a man who's going somewhere, who's building something, who's on fire for his vision. Ask yourself this: what's your purpose? What drives you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? If your answer is women, you're already losing. Your purpose should be bigger than any one person. It should be the thing that gives your life meaning, the thing that makes you unstoppable. Women respect men with a purpose. They admire men who are so focused, so determined, that nothing can distract them, not even her. This doesn't mean ignoring women or treating them as unimportant. It means putting your goals first. It means being so committed to your vision that you don't have time to chase anyone. And here's the irony. When you stop chasing, women start noticing. They see your drive, your ambition, your passion, and they want to be part of it. Prioritizing your purpose isn't just about attracting women. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. When you're focused on your goals, you grow. You become stronger, smarter, more confident. You develop the kind of energy that draws people in, the kind of energy that makes women value you without you having to lift a finger. So stop wasting time chasing women who don't care about you. Start chasing your dreams, your vision, your purpose. Build a life so incredible that women can't help but notice. And when they do, you won't have to chase them. They'll come to you. Number 7. Value your time like gold. Time is the most valuable resource you have. It's the one thing you can never get back. And yet most men give it away for free to anyone who asks, to anyone who demands it. Women notice this. They notice the man who's always available, always waiting, always ready to drop everything for her, and they don't respect it. Why? Because anything that's too available is seen as worthless. Think about it. When was the last time you valued something that was easy to get? Women are no different. They value what's scarce, what's rare, what's difficult to obtain. If you're always available, always saying yes, always putting her needs above your own, you're telling her that your time isn't valuable. And if you don't value your time, why should she? Start treating your time like gold. Be selective about how you spend it and who you spend it with. If a woman cancels plans last minute, don't reschedule right away. If she's late, don't wait around. Let her know, through your actions, that your time is precious. Women respect men who respect themselves, and respecting yourself starts with respecting your time. This doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It means setting standards. It means being clear about what you will and won't tolerate. When you value your time, you send a powerful message. I'm a man with a life, with goals, with purpose. And if you want to be part of that life, you need to respect my time. Stop wasting hours texting back and forth with women who don't invest in you. Stop spending your weekends waiting for her to call. Use that time to build yourself. Go to the gym. Work on your side hustle. Spend time with friends who uplift you. The more you invest in yourself, the more valuable your time becomes. And the more valuable your time becomes, the more women will value you. Time is the one thing women can't take from you unless you let them. So don't let them. Protect your time like your life depends on it, because it does. And when you do, you'll notice something incredible. Women will start chasing you, not because you're playing games, but because they see a man who knows his worth. A man who doesn't give away his time for free. A man who's focused, driven, and unstoppable. Remember this, your time is gold. Don't waste it on people who don't see its value. Spend it on yourself, on your goals, on your vision, and watch how your life and your relationships transform. Number 8. Stay mysterious. Women don't respect what they can predict. They value what keeps them intrigued, what keeps their curiosity alive. And yet, most men make the same mistake. They put all their cards on the table too soon. They think being an open book will win her over, that telling her every little detail about their life will make her feel closer to them. But that's not how attraction works. Attraction thrives on mystery. When she knows everything about you, there's nothing left for her to uncover, nothing to spark her imagination. Think about it. Women are drawn to stories, to puzzles, to things they can't fully figure out. If you tell her everything about yourself right away, what's left for her to wonder about? Nothing. And without wonder, there's no excitement. But when you're mysterious, when you reveal yourself slowly and intentionally, you become someone she can't stop thinking about. She'll find herself replaying your conversations, trying to decode your actions, wondering what makes you tick, and that intrigue makes you unforgettable. Staying mysterious isn't about playing games. It's about understanding the power of restraint. You don't need to tell her every detail about your day. You don't need to explain your every move. When she asks you a question, you don't have to give her the whole story. A simple, confident answer is often more powerful than a detailed explanation. And when you leave her with questions, you create space for her to chase you, to invest in you, to want to know more. Mystery isn't just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. When you walk into a room, do you look like a man who has nothing to hide? Or do you carry an air of quiet confidence, a presence that says, "There's more to me than meets the eye"? Women notice the man who doesn't feel the need to broadcast his every thought, who moves through life with purpose and composure. They notice the man who keeps them guessing. Here's the key. Mystery is about balance. If you're too closed off, you come across as distant or uninterested. But if you're too open, you lose your intrigue. The sweet spot is revealing just enough to keep her engaged, while holding back enough to keep her curious. Share your passions, but don't overshare your weaknesses. Show her your strength, but don't lay your vulnerabilities bare too soon. Give her glimpses of who you are, but make her work to see the full picture. Mystery is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. The next time you're talking to a woman, challenge yourself to say less. When you feel the urge to explain yourself, to fill the silence, to give her all the answers, stop. Let the silence speak for you. Let her wonder. Let her chase. Because the man who stays mysterious is the man she can't resist. 9. Stand unshaken in the face of criticism. Most men crumble under criticism. They let the opinions of others define their worth. And women notice. They notice the man who seeks approval, who changes himself to fit in, who reacts emotionally to every little comment, and they don't respect it. Women respect men who are unshaken, who stand firm in their beliefs, their values, their identity. Ask yourself this: how often do you let criticism get under your skin?